These are all three of my babies when they were younger. They're a little older now.
Taria White supports public education.
Those are the ones that Mama Bear fights for.
She has 3 children. All of them attended Anne Arundel County schools. White is also a member of the Maryland Republican Party, who understands why President-elect Trump says he wants to abolish the U.S. Department of Education.
And I'm going to close the Department of Education and move education back to the states. And we're going to do it fast.
I understand it because the education system is not competitive in the global market.
White is not fully committed to the idea. She wants to hear specifics, but she does feel if the DOE were abolished, it would empower parents by eliminating a burdensome and oftentimes confusing government bureaucracy.
I think that it also gives the parents more control.
The U.S. Department of Education's mission, according to its website, is to promote student achievement and preparation for global competitiveness. Has it worked? Every 3 years, PISA, the Program for International Student Assessment, tests 15-year-old students in most countries around the developed world. The most recent results were released in 2023. The United States ranks 34th in math, 9th in reading, and 16th in science.
Do you believe the Department of Education has succeeded in its mission?
Dr. Joshua Michael is the president of the Maryland State Board of Education.
I think we made successes in some ways, and there are clearly opportunities for improvement.
The U.S. Department of Education was created by Congress in 1979 and has around 4,400 employees. This year, most of its nearly $240 billion budget will go to student aid programs for college and other post-secondary education. The rest is largely distributed to the states. In 2024, $18 billion helped fund schools in high-poverty areas. Another $14 billion went to the states to educate students with disabilities.
The real question, for us is what will happen to those funds. We're anxious to see what the arrangement's going to look like.
In Maryland, about 7% of all public K-12 education dollars come from the federal government. Any adjustment to that number, Michael says, could have a significant impact, especially in our state, where a recent Department of Legislative Services report projects Maryland by 2026 will likely face a $2.7 billion budgetary shortfall, largely driven by education spending.
We're watching carefully to see if there are any signs where we're going to see reductions in federal support to education. We're very cautious about that.
But the DOE does more than just distribute funding to the states. Every 2 years, the federal government releases what's known as the nation's report card, where students in all 50 states take a similar test, allowing the public to see where students in each state stand nationally. If the DOE is abolished, would the nation's report card continue?
We spend more money per pupil than any other country by far.
President-elect Trump has not yet provided specifics of what will happen if the DOE is shut down. But Michael says no matter what does happen, Maryland must be ready.
Is there anything as the president of the state school board that you may know about what's happening in Washington that the rest of us don't?
Chris, I am learning alongside with you, but I'd say we are committed and dedicated to ensuring that people across Maryland have access to a great public school system. We're going to continue to make sure that we have great public schools in this state, no matter the changes that occur at the federal level.
President-elect Trump will be sworn into office on January 20th, 2025. He has already nominated his former head of the Small Business Administration, Linda McMahon, to be the next Secretary of the Department of Education. I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Project Baltimore. I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.